You know, life is full of moments that change everything, moments that make your heart race, and yet everything feels still. Today, I stand here not just to speak, but to share something real, something that matters more than words. And I have just one question, one that will shape the rest of our lives together. So the question is simple, but the meaning is everything. Will you be my wife? Yes or no? I've always thought about the moments in life that really matter, the ones that seem simple on the surface but carry the weight of every heartbeat, every thought, every choice you've ever made. They come quietly, almost unnoticed, until one day you realize that your world has shifted in ways you didn't even see coming. It's strange, isn't it? How life has this way of moving slowly, and then suddenly a moment arrives that makes all the waiting worthwhile. You don't know when it's coming or how it will feel, but when it does, everything seems clearer, like the fog has lifted and the sun is finally shining on the path you were meant to walk. And in all honesty, that's what this moment feels like to me. It's not just a question, it's not just words strung together. It's the culmination of everything that brought me here, everything that has shaped the person I am, everything that has brought me to you right here, right now. I've watched life move around me in patterns that sometimes felt chaotic, sometimes beautifully precise. And in that watching, I've learned to recognize the significance of connection, the way one person's presence can change everything, the way a simple glance or a gentle word can ripple across your days, leaving traces that never fade. I've felt the loneliness of nights when the world seemed distant and disconnected, and I've felt the joy that comes when you meet someone who makes even the most ordinary moments feel extraordinary. That's the kind of feeling I have with you. That's the feeling that tells me that nothing else matters except for this, the chance to share a life, to build something real and lasting, to walk together even when the path is uncertain. Love, I've realized, is not something that can be rushed or demanded. It's not a fire that burns only because we want it to. It's something that grows quietly, patiently, persistently. It's in the small acts, the unspoken understandings, the laughter that erupts without reason, the silent support in moments when words are not enough. It's in the way you make me feel seen, understood, appreciated in ways I never knew possible. And I can't imagine a future without that presence, without that connection. So today, I am not just speaking from impulse, I am speaking from a place of deep understanding, a place of sincerity that carries everything I am, everything I hope to be. There's a vulnerability in asking someone to share their life with you, an exposure of the soul that is both terrifying and beautiful. But I believe that vulnerability is the very essence of love. It is the courage to say, I trust you with my heart, my dreams, my fears, and to know that in return, there is the possibility of a shared journey that is more than the sum of its parts. Life is fleeting, impermanent, unpredictable, and yet in the face of all that uncertainty, I am certain of this: I want to share my life with you. I want to walk beside you through quiet mornings and stormy nights, through laughter and tears, through victories and failures, because every step will be better with you there. When I think about us, I don't think about perfection. I don't think about flawless moments or scripted days. I think about authenticity, about realness, about the kind of love that doesn't need to impress or perform. I think about the way we can be completely ourselves with each other, the way our quirks and imperfections fit together in a way that feels natural, effortless, inevitable. I think about the trust that has grown between us, the unspoken promises that exist even when words are not said. And I realize that all of those small things, the smiles, the touches, the moments of quiet understanding, have built a foundation stronger than anything I've known before. And on that foundation, I want to build a life, a family, a story that belongs to us and us alone. There is a strange beauty in asking a question like this, a question that is simple in form yet profound in consequence. It is terrifying to put your heart so openly on the line, knowing that the answer could change everything, but there is also an unparalleled freedom in that honesty, because love is not about holding back, love is not about fear, love is about risk, about opening yourself fully and accepting the uncertainty, trusting that what is meant to be will be, and what is true will endure. And I trust that with you. I trust in the connection we have, in the life we can create, in the joy and sorrow we can face together. I trust in the laughter that will fill our home, in the comfort of quiet evenings, in the way our hands will find each other even in the dark. There is a kind of quiet wonder in realizing that someone can enter your life and completely change the way you see the world, not by altering the world itself, but by altering the way you experience it. It's subtle at first, a feeling that you can't quite name, a warmth that seems to settle into your chest without fanfare. Over time, that warmth grows into something undeniable, something that asks you to pause and recognize the gravity of what is unfolding. And as I stand here speaking these words, I am aware of that gravity, that weight and beauty of connection that stretches across our shared moments, our laughter, our silences, our glances that speak more than any words ever could. There is a profound truth in that, a realization that life is not merely a series of events, but a tapestry woven with the presence of people who matter, people who leave traces on our hearts long after they are near. And you, in your being, have left such traces, traces that have reshaped my understanding of what it means to love, to trust, to be seen and understood without reservation. I have thought often about the concept of timing. Life has its rhythms, its unexpected turns, its moments of seeming chaos that somehow arrange themselves into patterns that we can only recognize in hindsight. And in all that uncertainty, there is a sense of inevitability when it comes to love. The recognition that some connections are not accidental, that some meetings, some bonds are meant to shape the course of our existence. And so when I look at you, I see not just the person you are in this moment, but the person you have always been, the person who has quietly influenced the trajectory of my life without knowing it. There is a beauty in that realization, a depth that goes beyond admiration or desire. It is a recognition of destiny in the most intimate human sense, that two lives can intersect in ways that are profoundly meaningful, and that the simplest question can carry the weight of a lifetime. As I consider the future, I find myself drawn to the ordinary as much as the extraordinary. Love is often portrayed in grand gestures, in cinematic moments of passion or drama, but the truth, I have learned, is found in the quiet, the mundane, the everyday acts of care and attention that accumulate into a life fully lived together. It is in the sharing of meals, the comfort of knowing each other's rhythms, the small kindnesses offered without thought or expectation, the ability to communicate without speaking, the trust that exists even when circumstances are difficult. And it is in those moments that I recognize the potential for a shared life, a life that is not merely exciting or impressive, but deeply grounded, profoundly real, and infinitely sustainable. And it is with that understanding that I ask you with all my heart and all my intention to consider walking forward with me, not as a fleeting companion, not as a temporary presence, but as the one with whom I wish to build every ordinary and extraordinary moment of my existence. There is a vulnerability in love, one that cannot be ignored or hidden. To love fully is to expose oneself, to reveal the depths of your hopes, your fears, your imperfections, your quiet dreams that sometimes seem too fragile to speak aloud. And yet, in that vulnerability, there is unparalleled strength. For to stand before someone, heart open, asking for a shared journey, is to trust in the power of connection, in the endurance of mutual care, in the possibility of a life that is greater because it is shared. And I trust that with you. I trust in the laughter we will share, the conversations that stretch into the night, the moments of quiet companionship when words are unnecessary, the support that will carry us through challenges and celebrate us in triumphs. I trust in the life we can create together, one grounded in authenticity, respect, and a love that is both tender and unyielding. There is a simplicity to the question I am asking, but within that simplicity lies complexity and depth. Will you be my wife? Yes or no? It is a question that carries with it a lifetime of possibilities, a journey of shared experience, a commitment to face the unknown together. It is both terrifying and beautiful, a reflection of company, courage, vulnerability, and hope. And as I speak these words, I am acutely aware of the responsibility, the privilege, and the enormity of what I am asking. For to say yes is to join lives, to intertwine dreams, to navigate all of life's unpredictable tides together. And to ask this question is to acknowledge the profound trust that exists between us, the love that has grown quietly, persistently, and powerfully to this moment.